and thorough, then I think it's something to bring a bit of a smile to our table. If anything at all, just for the optics, for us to say that, okay, there'll be less importation, I believe, and I assume there'll be less importation.
You don't sound too sure.
Pressure.
You don't sound too sure.
No, because I'm going to be very honest, and it's not bad, but this government is very strong on propaganda, and by the time you dig deeper and deeper, you find something. Look at what happened with the arrival of the Dangote refinery. And we thought that, okay, Eureka, we'd found a solution to fuel prices. This projection that there will be price drop as production resumes, I take with a pinch of salt, because I want to know what is the complete production cost. How much is the government selling crude to the Warri refinery? And that's where I think the subsidy should be. But let's split hairs over the issue. How much is the government selling? That's where the action starts from. And if they will be getting crude the same price like Dangote and the Port Harcourt refinery, then what you might call would be a tiny drop in the ocean that you would expect. And I'm not too interested in drops of it's now from 1,000 is now 956 or
30 naira.
All those 30 naira things. Very, very irritating.
I bought 1,060 naira yesterday.
No, what I do now, I stop thinking in liters or anything. I just say put 30,000 and wherever it takes me. After that, if I don't have money to replenish, I just leave it and go. Yes, now.
How much does it
take? But
to
look at it this way, as I said, Kofi. Look at it this way. Whichever way, you're going to end up spending that money anyway. So you might as well limit the times you drive in and out of the petrol station. That's the way I look at it. If I'm buying for 5,000 every day, I have to park, open my tank, different kinds of fuel in your car. You have to have an overall perspective. So if you can get the bulk money, get it, fill your tank and go your way. So what I do is, by the time it's half tank, you put another 30,000 and up it goes, and you take your mind off it. Remember also, you have to keep your mind healthy in this country, so you don't keep mourning and whatever. So that's aside from that. Now the story says that the oil marketers and Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority have said that the prices of refined petroleum products are to drop further following the commencement of operations by the Warri Refinery and Petroleum Company Limited. It would have been good if they gave us the gap that this refinery will fill in the supply chain. Is it possible? Can we look at whether between Dangote and Port Harcourt they would meet our actual needs? Remember that the numbers we've had in the past are quite superficial for various reasons. So, but anyway, the good news is that the Warri Refinery should be up and running. And for all its worth, we congratulate the government, both President Tinubu and President Buhari, because by Nigeria, we've had governors before who would resume office and would not touch anything that has to do with their predecessors.
So are you really congratulating? I mean, is this something to be...
Well, that's the country that we live in.
Why don't we see the result yet? So, because...
No, let us congratulate first. See. Kofi, you're an English graduate, aren't you?
English graduate, no.
No, okay.
But I mean,
you went to Unilag. You went to Unilag.
No, I was a straight A student in English.
Okay, let us go to
all through.
That's not the issue. You failed on two grounds. As far as I am concerned.
Yeah, I know.
No, but I was just going to joke. going to joke and say that there's this feeling that you try to disabuse people's minds of that. He doesn't see anything good. And indeed, we had a caller here I think it was on Saturday, who said that Mr. Disu, please always try and tell us the good things that the president has done. You have to satisfy that crowd. Okay? You have to satisfy that crowd just to cool them down.
Sir, I see it all as mediocrity. This is where we are. It is mediocre, and not to disrespect, not you.
No, not me. I'm not the one now.
No, but I'm talking about all these people who are calling.
Yes.
To say, can't you look for something good? The situation is so bad that we don't even need to give ourselves a pat on the back for anything. Well, just do your best and get out.
Like I said, we're all political animals, okay? And we're talking to various people. And we want to, you don't want to offend people's sensibilities over and over again, you know. Okay. So for this one, just give them something to make them happy.
All right.
You know, is it like a New Year present for them to make them happy?
Breathing space.
Breathing space.
Let the poor breathe.
Let the poor, let them, let the supporters of the. Yeah. But truth is, one is surprised about, to a large extent, the lack of objectivity about people who you expect to know these things. But then I think in Nigeria, survival is so tough that you grab at any straw that you can lay your hands on. And that accounts for some of the things that you do hear people say. It's the situation in Nigeria now for the individual is very, very close to being, you know, Nigeria has almost become an IDP camp. Therefore, even if you're in an IDP camp, you've not eaten for 4 days and you're a Muslim, you probably might contemplate having a slice of bacon just to fill the belly, or some sausages or something. That's the way it works.
All right. So congratulations to President Bola Tinubu. Congratulations to the federal government from Mr. Jimi Disu.
No, what we also say, what we also say, I will say it in the Lagos way. I congratulate you and I congratulate myself.
Oh my God! Anyway,
second piece, let's move on.
Let's look at some news.
Let's look at some news
tidbits from the Punch.
From the Punch, yes. Governance in Nigeria. Okay, so let's get down to this one. Lagos driver hospitalized after truck accident. Where was this? Where was this? Bagada area. Accidents always happen. Ogun mechanic jailed 6 years for stealing customer's car. Yes, I heard this. This was on radio this morning. He stole the customer's car. Oshuma sentenced to death for stealing fowl regains freedom. Well, I think you're quite familiar with that story. One dies as Benue governor's convoy vehicle crashes. This convoy. I wish somebody would put a restraining order on all these convoy people. Speeding vehicle kills pedestrian on Lagos-Ibadan expressway. Rivers woman arrested for bathing teenager with pepper. Kilo day. A woman identified as Jessica has been arrested by the police in Rivers for allegedly stripping and inserting pepper in the private parts of a teenager who was allegedly defiled by her husband. So why put the pepper? It says, narrating the incident, the girl's mother, who gave her name simply as Goodness, said she was at her workplace when she received the call that her neighbor Jessica was molesting her daughter. The traumatized woman stated that before she arrived home, some neighbors had rescued her daughter from Jessica. Oh, this is a horrible thing. I don't want to. Okay, so Lagos provides mobility devices for PWDs. That's persons with disabilities. The Lagos State government, through its affairs, has donated devices for PWDs. The governor's wife urges women to embrace home gardening. Where is the space to garden? Well, you can garden in the pot. It's funny though, because I grew up gardening.
Gardening or farming?
No, gardening. I grew up in Yaba. I want you to close your eyes and imagine what Yaba would be like. I grew up on a place called Wakeman Street, which Jack Conde, for political reasons, turned into Borno Way. And then you had most of the houses, 80 to 90% of the houses were bungalows with little gardens in front of them. Yes, they were family units. They were not tenement like they are now, you know. And so I grew up knowing that once it's 4 o'clock, you must wet the flower and stuff like that. So, yes, I grew up gardening. And I don't think either Mobolaji Johnson or anybody had to tell us whether to garden or not. But you want to know the number of plants that we had in our house.
Oh my God.
We had one called Chap. We had apple. We had 2 palm trees.
Yaba.
Yes, just in our own house, we had 2 palm trees. We had Chap. We had apple. We had 1 or 2 other trees I can't remember off the top of my head.
And there were several houses like that on.
There's several houses. Yaba was when I was growing up. Oh my God, beautiful with trees and,
What happened?
over time. Lack of discipline. Governor's wife urges women to embrace home gardening because that Lagos arrests 54 in Lekki VI raids. What did they do? The Lagos state government has arrested 54 individuals during overnight enforcement. Well, I think they should go to Kofi, what's his name, Ozumbamba Diwe this morning and see the hordes of unemployed youth. Most of them, the way I look at, are probably not Nigerians. The hordes in front of that famous club. Yes, even as at 6 o'clock, hordes of them. And I wonder what's because for me,
asking for arms.
For me, what they're doing is they're trying to hustle. We use the word hustle, but a man who begs you today can rob you tomorrow. And I hope that the government knows that one day, those guys you see outside the various clubs in these highbrow areas could turn rogue. A word is enough for the wise. I'm not going to waste my time this morning talking about all that. These are things that we should know. Next, second base. Oh, yeah.
All right, today is Friday. Health-wise...
Today is Tuesday, sir.
Oh, today is what?
Tuesday, don't be
today is not Tuesday. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Today is Tuesday.
On Christmas Day, I thought it was Saturday. The holiday.
It plays games on
you. It looks like it's Friday. Anyway, today is Tuesday, and of course, we'll talk about health. The health-wise column on page 16 of today's Punch.
Yes, it's very, very crucial. By the way, how do you say? You don't say Happy New Year until tomorrow, really. So how do you greet people today?
Some people have been telling me Happy New Year since.
Well, that's where everybody should learn to speak Yoruba, because Yorubas have greeting for everything. Yes. How do you say ekabo in English? You don't have it. Ekule. How do you say ekule? If ekabo is welcome, how do you say ekule? You don't have it. So
how do you say Happy 31st or pre-New Year?
Ekupale modun.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, all right. On the HealthWise page today, we are warned again about the abuse of painkillers, increasing kidney diseases amongst youth. A nephrologist has warned, and they say that there's a rise in kidney failure cases. Based from not just painkillers, also this agbo and so many things, spirits or hot drinks as you call them, all drinks that put pressure on the kidney and the liver. We all need to be very